Can I talk Tim Tebow here?
Why?
So Tebow now is hitting 156 at single A. Michael Jordan hit 202 at double A baseball. And Tebow is finding out what Michael Jordan did. He can't play at the lowest level of this sport. It illustrates how hard it is to be great at something. Every guy with a 2 handicap thinks he can play on the tour. You're not even close. Rooting for Tebow in baseball would be rooting for the ability for people to just pick up a sport without the work and be great. Why would I ever root for that? Don't we want, as a society, hard work to pay off? Isn't the value created for all of us that hard work and focus separates us from lazy people and less focused people? Would you really want to be at a job and your boss comes in and says, hey, Bob, I know you've been here 14 years, but Timmy here, he's got a lot of faith in himself, and we like his attitude. Thanks for 14 years. You want that to be the world. Don't you want the world that you live in to be, Bob, you've been here 14 years, and you've been grinding for 14 years. We find you really hard to replace because people haven't worked as hard as you, Bob. I remember years ago, I played golf with Meg Mallon. She was on the women's tour, haven't followed her career. And I always knew that professional athletes are better. Okay, Meg Mallon, in a 4-hour round in a country club in Portland, didn't miss-hit a shot. And when it was all said and done, she was never spectacular, but so absurdly consistent. I have a friend. He played golf, Division I. He can spray the ball time to time. She didn't once for 4 hours. Remember what Buck Showalter said about Tim Tebow? He feels the same way I do about Tim Tebow playing Major League Baseball.
Amused? No, not at all. I take what these guys do in our Dominican Academy and Delmarva and Aberdeen and Gulf Coast League and Frederick and Bowie and Delmarva I've already mentioned and Norfolk. I take very seriously the stuff they have to do to get the opportunities and do what they're doing. Somebody will sell some tickets in the spring. I should be careful. We may sign him. I bet he was a good player in high school. I was too.
I mean, why would we root for Tebow to be able to just step into baseball, which he didn't play for 10 years, and excel? He's a crappy single A player, and that's great because what it shows you, Michael Jordan was a crappy double A player, is that you can't just mail it in. To be a great attorney or teacher or scientist or engineer or landscaper or truck driver. It's not about just, man, I got a good attitude. Yeah, but Jim, the truck driver's been doing it 47 years. He knows the routes. I don't want to live in a world where you can just jump into a plane and fly it. I want the guy who put in the time and focus to be rewarded financially, emotionally, physically, and be hard to replace. I'm rooting against Tim Tebow to walk into baseball and flourish. And I rooted against Michael Jordan to walk into baseball and flourish. They've both been exposed as dreamers and lousy once they got out of their lane. And I think that's a great thing. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm never rooting for a guy to parachute into a career and dominate it. You went to pharmacy school, right? Anybody listening to me is a pharmacist? Look at all that money you paid for pharmaceutical school. Look at all the years you've sat dealing with jerks at a drive-through window. Would you like it if I just walked in and said, hey, all these pills, I could do this? No. You kind of know what pills could kill me if you mix the two. Like, that's the world I want to live in. I'm not saying I'm shooting down your dreams, but your dreams only count if they're part of a big package of hard work, focus, putting in the time to accomplish your dream. I got no time for dreamers. I got time for dreamers who are willing to put in the legwork. Tim Tebow is just a dreamer. They don't want to put in the time. Tim Tebow was offered contracts by the CFL. He turned them down. He was too good for the league. Tim Tebow was offered a contract by Jacksonville. He didn't have any interest. He wanted to go to New York. Publicity. Tim Tebow just doesn't work hard enough. Tim Tebow's not willing to take the steps to be great because Canada was the best route. Jacksonville was a better spot. But no, Tebow wanted to go to the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. He was offered other situations where he could have excelled. He doesn't deserve to play Major League Baseball or be a franchise quarterback. Don't tell me about your work in the weight room. Spend it in the film room. That's where Brady's at, not doing curls and running shirtless through the rain.